exist without water. You know, like my taught me, he said, you find out how old water is, you'll be getting real close to how old our Lord is. That first self-created black man. No one don't know what his age is. You understand? He said, there's no beginning, don't know when the beginning was. But he said, if you ever could ever find out, calculate how old water is, you wouldn't have him up tight right there knowing how old he was, but you'd be close to his age. The light that comes forth can be male or female, because both are needed for the continuation process.
Right.
But the male is the most powerful and the God of the two. And the secrets of God are passed on to one of his sons, not one of his daughters.
Right. Teach.
Is that clear?
Teach, brother man.
Like some of the what's those Muslims out there? The Moorish times. They think a woman is God.
Right.
No, a woman is not God. You understand? She's a companion of God, in other words, but she can't sit on the throne of God.
Right.
A man always has been to God. In fact, I would refer to God as he and him.
Right.
King and Lord and Master, titles of a man.
Yes, sir.
So no, woman is not God. A woman has a great, great high place.
Yes, sir.
We can't do without her. The God couldn't reproduce himself without her.
That's right.
You understand? So she has a very, very important place to play. But she don't go try to sit in his throne. When she comes up there, she sits on her throne.
That's right.
Don't even attempt to sit in my throne. Sit on in your throne. What about you? I can sit in both of them if I want to.
Right.
So when he passes it on to one of his sons, God would, that's still him in another body. His mind. He don't have to stay here forever in the same body. He can keep on evolving as time passes on with a new body, but the same mind. Do you understand? Because since time began, with this coming forth in the beginning, everything has been evolving and changing and growing and expanding. Since the beginning of time. Trillions of years of change and expansion has taken place since that first self-created God came forth. And I know you're aware of that. So the mind of God has to evolve with time. Or else he would come forth with his own mind behind times. He would not recognize the changes that have taken place in his own universe, which he is the God over and the original creator of. So the original creator has been evolving through time, for trillions of years, through his own sons. Am I coming through clear?
Yes, sir.
From father to son.
Right.
The only black Muhammad said Allah taught him that he revealed all of his secrets of God to his son, except one. That was the secret of how the son was made. He wanted to reveal that secret. He said, I can't change that no kind of way, because one of my sons might come before something might go haywire. He'd go out there and destroy my son. And then I had to go back and recreate myself again. From nothing. I'll be million years to create myself again, so I'm not going to tell that secret to nobody. I'm going to keep that secret in my own forehead. Didn't reveal it to no one. So they could not pass on that secret from father to son. No one has ever known the secret of how the son was made until the birth of Master Tariq Muhammad. He came forth born with that great secret in his forehead. He has the same mind as that first self-created God in the beginning. The only like Muhammad said, he came forth wiser than his father, who he inherited the throne from.
Yes.
Wiser than all his great-great-grandfathers who had the throne before him. All the way back to that first self-created God who made the sun. He has the same mind, think about this, as that first self-created God. The only like Muhammad taught me, in fact, that he unraveled his son. When it came time for his father to take him up into the mountains and reveal the secret to him of God, passed the God who over to him. He said he revealed all the secrets to him except how the son was made. So, son, I've taught you everything there is to know. Even how you have the power to master the son. But you don't know how it made it. Our first father didn't tell us how he made it. Neither do we have the power to take it down if we want to. But you do have the power to control it if necessary. So I can't tell you that. But after he told him all the secrets, it activated the brain cells in his little son, Master Muhammad.
Yes.
He wasn't master yet, because they all took that title master. After he activated his brain cells, he started remembering the past. His mind kept going back and back, remembering the past. You can remember too, can't you? Go back and remember. I remember I was 8, I was 7. And you get to a point you can't remember no more. You can't remember when you was in your mother's womb and go back beyond that. You understand? But there's a past there that could be remembered if he was able to do it. So he kept on going back until he remembered how the sun was made. Elijah Muhammad said he unraveled the sun. And he said, Dad, I know how the sun was made. You know what his dad had to do? Had to take off his crown. Now I got to take off my crown. I got to bow. That there ever was.
Yes, sir.
Elijah Muhammad taught me that there is nothing that Master Prophet Muhammad can't do. His wisdom and knowledge is infinite. Nothing impossible for him. Nothing he can't do. He has the power to destroy the entire universe by himself and recreate it again by himself. Think about this now. He has the power to replace the present sun with another sun by himself if he chooses to do so and not get tired of the process. He begets not, nor is he begotten, and there is none like him. He's independent of everything and everyone. Master Tariq Muhammad is the great Mahdi, who the whole world has been looking for.
Yes, sir.
He's self-directed, self-sent, and independent. His father, who's the God of one, he's not the one that sent him to come and get me and you. He came his own self. They couldn't even tune in on him and know where he was going. It's like he remembered how the sun was made. He remembered who we were.
Right.
The lost members of the God tribe of Shabbat. You are a very, very ancient people. You are the last remaining members of that first self-created God, his first original family. You are the last remaining members of that family. That's why he left heaven and came after you.
Yes, right.
You're the rightful owners. You're the one that inherits it all. It belongs to us. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
The devil don't want you to know this.
That's right.
That this is being taught to you. He's the one the whole world has been looking for. He's independent of everything and everyone, and there is none like him. In the Muslim world, he's called the 12th Imam, the Muntazar in Arabic, meaning the awaited one, who is the hidden Imam. He makes himself known at the end of the world. Just a little before the end, he comes forth, knowing that which none of the other gods before him knew, with a divine mind superior to all the gods who were his great-great-grandfathers before him. He is the one described in the book of Revelation as one sitting on the throne with 24 elders sitting around him, submitting to his superior knowledge and wisdom and power and authority. And he's holding up a book in his right hand, sealed with 7 seals. And he asked the 24 scientists around him, who's worthy to come and take the book out of my hand? They all begin to cry because none of them were worried. Think of this. Here he's got these 24 elders sitting around him. He's on the throne. They're bound to him. They couldn't keep their crowns on in his presence. They had to take off their crowns. They couldn't keep them on in the presence of him with all this superior knowledge that he had. So they were throwing their crowns into him. We bow to your superior knowledge. So he holds this book up in his right hand. And he said, which one of you are worthy now? This book has been sealed up for a long, long time. Which one of you are worthy to come up and take it out of my hand and break the seal and read what it says therein? He said they began to cry because none of them was worthy. Then one of the elders said, don't weep no more. We've got someone. We found someone. The Lion from the tribe of Judah. Think about this. They looked out in the midst of the throne, in the midst of the 4 beasts, and the 24 elders, there was a lamb that looked like he'd been dead, looked like he'd been slain. Think about this now. And he had been dead. He comes up and takes the book out of his right hand. Give me that book. He didn't give it to him. He took it. Give me that book. It belongs to me. Just think over that. And when he took the book, the 24 elders had to bow down to the Lamb.
Yes, sir.
And the one on the throne. Think about the 2 are 1. Have to bow down to that one. So we say all praise is due to Allah.
Yes, sir.
The Lamb said he's worthy to receive honor and riches, wealth, and greatness. That's Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
All the teachers out here, they should be teaching you how great. That's why the people aren't coming in. They're not teaching you who Elijah Muhammad really is.
Right.
They're not teaching you who you really are.
Yes, sir.
Not teaching you who the God is.
Yes, sir.
Just think about it. I heard Mr. Farrakhan on. He had an hour before the world.
Right.
He didn't even mention Allah's name in the whole hour.
Yes, sir.
Not to mention Master Prophet Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
He only mentioned Elijah Muhammad's name once, as a teacher never taught the people that that's the last and greatest messenger of God.
That's right. That's
In fact, he thinks he's the last and greatest messenger of God. Did you hear what he statement that he made? Now, there's no one in recent time that has as many people, you know, to the power to be Here's something to think about?
Yes, sir.
In other words, he's the greatest in recent time. No one that's greater than Elijah Muhammad. Greater than Master Farad Muhammad. I know when you see you up there clapping, I say 85%, you don't know when to clap and when not to clap. You know when to fold and when to hold. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
But we sit back, we know this. In fact, Elijah Muhammad, in his preparation of me to defend his name in the last days, one of the main things he put emphasis on is never to be proud.
That's right.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Always be humble and submissive.
Yes.
He said, Master Farad Muhammad, when you meet him, he's the most humble, meekest, submissive man you ever saw in your life. Here, a man with all the power to destroy the universe. When you see him, he's so meek and humble and submissive until you would just run overlook him. Because he's meek and humble and submissive. If you meet Elijah Muhammad, I can see him right now. When he was teaching me this, when he walked over there to me, this come so humble, so submissive. Just like a little baby lamb. You think of, he told me, he said, never be proud. He said, all the people on earth begin to praise you at one time. He said, don't act proud. When we get on and we go before the devil, what we should be, our opening word should be, Bismillah ar-Rahman.
Right. Yes,
The
sir.
name of our Lord, but there was a verse.
Yes, sir.
You notice all the men from the east when they come in, if they're holy men from the east,
Right.
before they open their mouth, they say, Bismillah.
That's right. Yes, sir. Right. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
another question, you say, Inshallah.
Yes, sir. That's right. Yes, sir. That's
Allah
right.
be willing.
That's right.
You don't act proud and arrogant. Do you understand? When you act arrogant, in other words, proud, then you're bound to fall. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So he taught me. He knew what my future was, but he told me no matter what happens, he said, you remain humble and meek and submissive. He told me, he said, Allah hates a proud man. He used the word hate. He didn't say don't like a proud. He said he hates a proud person. So don't come up acting proud because Allah will not accept you being proud. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
That's why he takes you through all these tests and trials to humble you. So you won't be proud. Sometimes we come in, you know, you got a big pocket full of money, you own your house, you got your big car, you know how you are. You're arrogant. You got your money in the devil's bank, in other words, and you walk all proud. Allah reach out and take it all from next time we see you in a cardboard box, and now you know.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. If you're going to get yourself together, get your act together, acting proud and won't accept Allah, that's what you're going to be. You're going to be in a cardboard box.
Right.
This economy is getting ready to collapse. It's going to be a world economic collapse.
Right.
Worse, 10 times worse than it was in 1930.
Yes, sir.
So you're not going to be proud now. It is written, every knee shall bow. Every tongue will confess who the God is on that day. Think about this now. That don't, he said it, every knee's going to bend. Don't that include your knees as well as my knees?
Yes, sir.
Don't that mean the devil's knees go bow?
Yes, sir.
He said every nation on earth will be down on their knees. Think about this now. And you'll find there's only one God, Almighty God, our Lord, the King of all kings.
Yes, right.
The God of all gods.
Yes, sir.
You think over this. And he's going to deliver his people. Put you in heaven while you live. Not after you're dead. While you live. $17 million home. He said the ones who built them don't even know who they're building them for. $17 million homes. It's written that Jesus said in the Bible, I go to my Father. I go to my Father's house to prepare a place for you, that where I am, you may be also. And in my Father's house, there are many mansions. You never understood that. You had that all spooked up in your mind. So look at that. That's Elijah Muhammad said, I'm going to prepare a place for you. That where I am, you may be also. So this is your last opportunity. This is the final warning that you receive. You think somebody else is coming to warn you, no one else is coming to warn you. The next one you see will be the executors coming to punish you, carry you into hell. Some are going to burn up with the devil, and the rest, he said, are going to be exiled to the Belgian Congo. If our Lord took those devils when he was first made, they were so devils when he was first made, he exiled them over into the hills and caves of Europe for 2,000 years. Right. Even though they had 6,000 years. The devils with the Yakult taught him was so terrible, he said, we got to put them to sleep, let them forget that. And then we'll go back and remind them of the rest a little bit later on. You understand? The forgotten technology.